What's going on, Jab Jab Talk Nation? It's your boy Ozil, coming to you from the car booth recording studio. Just wanted to shoot this real quick video to just share some thoughts. I've been thinking about this whole Canelo 4-fight deal with Riyadh season, and the latest with Canelo and everything going on, and kind of his roadmap to 2026. I've been thinking about this, and I'm like, man, I wonder if the real winner here is really the mastermind, Turki Al-Asi, His Excellency, because I feel like he's calling Canelo the Lion and all this, and the promos already started because he's fluffing it up a little bit, right? He's boosting Canelo's ego a little bit more, and this may play out to his game plan. I mean, here is going to be, he's got one of the biggest, I gotta say, biggest fighter right now in Canelo Alvarez, who generates the most money. And, he has him on this fight in May against William Scully, which, we all knew it was going to be a tune-up fight. It should be interesting, more on that later. And then, he has Crawford in September. And remember, Turki Al-Asi has always been very, he's been really buddy-buddy with Crawford. He's a big fan of Crawford. I know he's a big fan of Canelo, but he loves Crawford. I mean, he's Crawford's boy. I mean, they've been talking a lot, and, I have a feeling that, Crawford was like, hey, he would probably tell Crawford, I'm going to get you this fight. I'm going to give you this dream fight. I'm going to make it happen. And I think that when the time was ready for him to strike, he made his move, and he got Canelo on the roster. And now he planned it out, and he's gonna say, hey, I'm gonna deliver really the lion to the young lion in Crawford. And I do feel like probably Turki Al-Asi believes that Crawford could pull it off. I think that's gonna be the thing that's really interesting about this fight, is that he feels like this is gonna be something that Turki Al-Asi could see Crawford pulling off. So anyways, I say all this in that he may be the one that's just really being the winner here. I know Canelo's going to be paid well, Crawford's going to be paid well, and I do feel like he can pull some strings where he could say, well, in that last 2026 fight, he could probably deliver Benavidez if the cards play out right in Canelo's favor. I don't know if he loses against Crawford, what happens after that? Is there a rematch? What happens? So that'll be interesting. But let's say Canelo beats Crawford. Maybe Turkey's like, all right, well, if this happens, then I'm gonna set it up and get a really big mega fight and give the boxing fans another match, big mega fight against Benavidez. So I think Turki Al-Asi is a very smart businessman, a mastermind, understands great marketing, understands how to pull the right strings to get things done. And that's one of the things that we have seen, that he's kind of disrupted the boxing industry and the whole boxing promotion, is that he's packaging boxing differently. He's delivering the fights that people want to see. And, he's bringing in the biggest boxers out there. So anyways, it's really, really interesting to see what's happening. And I just want to share a little bit about that. And then, with the Crawford's now taunting, Canelo and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, wouldn't it be crazy if Crawford does pull this off and wins? I'm like, Crawford has created a career where he doesn't fight much. And if you look at resumes, I mean, Canelo's resume is legacy. Like, that's legendary. Yes, Crawford has, been undisputed, 2 different, divisions. It hasn't been the most competitive. Has he fought the best fighters? I mean, let's face it. I mean, the biggest fighter that he fought was against Errol Spence. Errol Spence, people thought that fight could have been done sooner. And again, no shade on Crawford. I mean, he pulled it off, but it's just one fight. It's just one fight, and I feel like it'll be crazy if he just moves up and is inactive again, and he fights and beats Canelo. I mean, does it mean that he's great? Obviously, he's a special elite fighter, but does he mean like he's a legacy? Like, is that a real? Like, can boxing fans be like, all right, man? I mean, I guess we will, but it sucks, because Canelo has really put in the work and resume and fought all the top fighters, regardless of who he's fighting now, the way he's going out. But he's fought some really, really, look at his resume in comparison to Crawford, and it's completely different. So anyways, just some thoughts. I'm curious to know your thoughts. It's going to be really interesting to see how things pan out for this fight against Crawford. But more on that later. I just want to share this with you. Just be like, hey man, you know, I'm thinking that Turki Al-Assi is really playing his card smart, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out towards the end. But I mean, yes, Canelo is the winner, but His Excellency knows what he's doing. So we'll see. Curious to know your thoughts. That's it. Just a random thought. I gotta go, y'all. Peace.